adult and I do not say for work content. Honey, you say slurs. You're racist, you're homophobic, you say derogatory slurs for attention with a lolly model to be...
Hi, Shimmers! Hey guys, this is Monslayer. As this always has been going for these videos, this is all my personal opinions and thoughts. And please do your own research, because I don't want you guys to believe a random actor on the internet, so it's wise enough to do your research by yourself, because seeing is believing. Yeah, anyways, before we get into it, I have the Instagram, and I'm on a list now, so if you guys like to check those out, it would greatly help me. And also check out my social media too, because I'm almost everywhere. I'm on Reddit, I'm on Facebook, well not really, it's just a fan account. Anyways, to do it! Now I don't know anything about this situation, so we're gonna go online and try to give my own thoughts of it.
Hey, what's up guys, Rip here. So over the years I've covered countless examples of VTuber related drama, but I have to say over the years I've never seen a situation end quite like this, where a VTuber completely crashes out in a voice memo and also in many different replies. They have been fighting for their lives in the replies of various threads, trying to prove how good of a person they are while doing everything to prove they are the exact opposite. Now, this drama actually starts from this post right here, where the VTuber Nani is simply thanking their viewers for showing up to their latest stream.
I want to say this, if someone says, oh, I'm a good person, don't believe them. Because if they're saying it for themselves, they likely mean the opposite. Because if no one is saying it for them, then they likely are meaning the opposite. That's my own opinion, don't get angry at me. I see you in the comments typing away.
While one person had a very big problem with that, another VTuber would leave not only a very long string of unhinged replies, literally picking a fight and then eventually playing the victim, as we'll see, but
classic.
They also left this voice memo. I've never seen anything like this. This might be a first in the VTuber drama history I've ever covered. They left a voice memo going after Nani, basically saying that they're jealous and that this VTuber is superior to them because they make adult content, while they also try to claim that Nani is committing crimes because of the tone of her voice. It is very unhinged.
This is a good way to pause again. How do you commit a crime with your voice? The sound of your voice. That makes no sense.
Ladies and gentlemen, but this is the other VTuber in the Thunderdome for today. This is the person making the voice memo and the related crash outs. Their name is Nitha, and we'll get into all of their crash outs in just a second, because I have some good news to share. Now, a few days ago, I posted my latest merch drop with Uwu Market. It was to celebrate my birthday on the 23rd, and I'm very happy to share that the only fundraiser component of this campaign, the Acid Wash t-shirt, is now fully funded with nearly a month to go on the campaign. Now, of course, I'll put a link to this campaign in the pinned comment if you guys want to check this out. I know a lot of people are really excited about this drop. I won't bore you with too many details. I'll just scroll through quickly. We have the Acid Wash t-shirt, as well as the hoodie, a hat, a mouse pad, jet tags, as well as a standee. Support on this campaign not only supports the channel in a very direct way, but also helps ensure future campaigns as well. And shout outs again to Uwu Market for being one of the most based companies you'll ever see out there. Now let's get back into the content for this video, which ironically enough begins with another situation involving some drama focusing on a VTuber by the name of Blue. This is a league streamer who's currently beefing in a multi-day conflict with a face camming league streamer, and it's gotten really toxic. What began as kind of dueling insults between the two of them has evolved into something much greater than that, where the Facecammer is now accusing this VTuber of being a literal predator and promoting predator bait related content. I just want to show you a clip from this situation. I don't want to get too deep into the situation because it truly is a mess. But I want to play the clip to give you an idea of just how messy and toxic this is.
I'm reporting that Kogma stream because he's really weird. Can we go report that Kogma, please, girls? Thank you. We need to go report her immediately. Wait, what do I report her for, guys? Well, I don't know what to report her for. I'm just gonna report her for hateful conduct. It's true.
Okay, my Jana is looking a little disabled, but it's all good. Why are you being a weird bitch, and why are you an ugly ass bitch whose mom doesn't love him? I don't know, guess there's questions of the world that will never get answered. I'm not gay. Questions of the world, don't we? Girl, you're a man with a voice changer. I am! How could you tell?
Oh boy, color me shocked. A Facecammer is accusing a VTuber of doing heinous crimes based on their model and the tone of their voice. Many such cases.
That's surprising.
But this guy, Henry here, has been crashing out on Twitter, quoting a related clip showing that, yes, both this VTuber and the Facecammer have been clashing, insulting each other, trying to get their communities to report one another. It's a very toxic situation. It's a very league situation. But Henry would quote a related clip saying, "The effing baby voice and accent and telling people to die while also making fun of people's names and disabilities and calling them the R slur. Oh, I'm irritated." Oh, and boy, this guy has been very irritated the last, I don't know, like 3 days at this point, where he would post this saying, "You're telling me this B word," went out of their way to make a character of a little child with big breasts who uses a whole baby voice to lure sick predator men to make money off of that. Like, we think that's okay, and then tagging the VTuber saying, "How do these things have a platform?" Now,
okay, I need to pause this. That's not bait, my dude. You don't know is that voice is the real voice. Like, if you literally have no idea. This is an adult woman too. I don't get this. I'm pretty sure you're the only one that's thinking about that. I'm looking at the model. It's perfectly okay. It does not look like a child. If this looks like a child, then you genuinely need help.
Now you might notice this guy who thinks this VTuber is promoting predator-related content has no issue reposting that same content he thinks is illegal. In fact, he would quote some art of this VTuber saying, "I'm so disgusted." If you scroll through her fan art tag, she's literally depicted as a teen, and y'all are calling me crazy for trying to report a predator. Like, these 50-year-old gooners are getting way too brave. Baby, this is not normal. We need some mental help in jail for them. So not only is this guy trying to deplatform this VTuber over the model and the voice, but he wants her in jail. Okay? And also, this language right here, I talk about this all the time. Anyone who unironically calls a stranger on the internet like baby or honey or anything like that, massive red flag, but that's a story for another day.
Yes, 100% red flag right there. If you say baby or honey, you will tell beauty 100% from me. In my own opinion, please don't get mad at me. Because people who say that are typically weird, because I don't know. This is my own opinion, guys.
But this guy who's so terrified of this apparently jail-worthy content has no issue saving, downloading, and then reposting that same content with a caption like "Baby, this is a whole child." Yes, if you believe this is CP, why are you downloading it and redistributing it? By your own standards, you would be what? What exactly? You're not law enforcement. You're not anything like that. How do you explain this? it's okay for you to do it, but it's not okay for them to do it. Like, your delusions are one thing, but you genuinely believe this is a legal material that should land you in jail, and you're saving it to your computer and then reposting it to thousands of users.
Okay, I'm gonna pause a lot with this video. It's gonna make me question my life. Now, maybe he uses illegal content. Why don't you just, report it instead of downloading it? I feel like you're just incriminating yourself at this point. Why if they hack their brain cells? People with brain cells can tell this person is lying and is being unfair. And you know what I'm saying? You should be, that word. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, because YouTube is very, quick these days. But hey, that's my opinion.
By your own standard, what does that make you? But he goes even further.
Oh,
now
God.
going into the replies of the VTubers saying, oh, so you don't want to address your predator pictures. And then he reposts these supposed predator pictures. Do you understand how hypocritical and insane these individuals are? But
yeah,
let's go back to Nani. This VTuber has found herself in some controversy because of the other VTuber we'll be talking about in just a second, but I think it's clear that Nani does not have an issue with people saying the word regard, quoting Henry and making it very clear that his outrage over the R slur is something they don't take seriously. Now, things would be very different when you look at the responses from Nitha, who has a very different perspective, to say the least, on the situation, quoting a related post saying, hey, so when are we going to stop platforming pieces of crap like this, slinging slurs while simultaneously using a fake baby voice? Is actually enraging, by the way.
I'm gonna keep saying this all over again. How can you tell if that person is using a real voice? If that person is using a real voice, is that the same bullying this point? You have no idea if this is the real voice. How can you tell? Because you got some sort of superpower? Oh my gosh.
First point, how do you know they're faking their voice? People say that all the time. They're like, oh, this VTuber is putting on a voice. How do you know that?
Yeah.
Like, what is your proof that they're faking their voice? The voice of consent, ladies and gentlemen. But clearly they want people deplatformed over this subject. And of course, the comments are not really going the way they expected, as you can see. And then people pulling out the shoe on head meme, to be expected, because the other VTuber we're talking about here makes adult content. And then someone makes a reply saying a self-admitted lewd tuber is trying to pretend she has the moral high ground. Hilarious. And Nitha says, sure do. I do more for animals in the planet in a week than you'll do your entire life. You're just another soulless crap lord. Hope that helps. So this person is being made fun of for being a lewd tuber, and their response is, I do more for animals in the planet than you'll ever do in your life.
Anyways, people are saying that. Why don't you show it? I mean, he said, I help out. So what do you say? I don't want to twist your words by accident. I help out animals in the planet more than your entire life. If you stay true to your own words, why don't you have proof and show it instead of your words? Evidence, like video evidence.
Interesting. It's weird how this person can assume that someone is putting on a voice, but we have to assume that they're telling the truth when they do more for animals and the planet in a week than other users will do in their entire life. Very interesting stuff. But we see another reply saying, I don't know this person, nor do I care about the content they make, but crying and moaning and asking to deplatform someone because they said something you don't like is peak mental retardation. Don't watch them if you don't like them.
Yeah.
And Nitha says, bad people don't deserve platforms. It's really that simple. So by their standard, and a standard I've seen across all of these activist VTubers, is that if you're a bad person, you don't deserve a platform. And by bad person, it means someone who has a different thought process, different political views, or says things that make them upset. Many such cases. But you can see this is the post that would really spark the drama, where Nani very aggressively thanked her community for showing up to her latest stream. I know. She was basically asking for this reply right here, where Nitha would say, "Have you ever thought about shutting the F up?" And then Nani would reply saying, "LOL," showing hidden replies that Nitha was very triggered by, obviously, which is very interesting because this post, as we just saw, she replied to it. So she replied, didn't like the fact that they were ratioing her, so then she hid the reply. Cowardly stuff. But Nitha would reply saying, "Yeah, you're hidden." You're talking to a different person, but anyways. "I don't need a pick-me and her army of incels on my post. You want to talk your crap on Discord? I'd be happy to chat on voice, sis." The TikTokification of how these people speak is very interesting. But of course, they're using the insult pick me, right? They're saying pick me and then saying that Nani has an army of incels. I hate to break this to you, sis, but those incels you're making fun of and the fact that you're calling other people pick-me's
are the ones that gave for your 18 plus content. So basically, you're just stabbing yourself. Bro, I don't get you to VTuber anymore. Is VTubing done for, or can it be saved at this point? The amount of drama in this space is insane, but look at Nani's response.
You need those incels because you make adult content. Who do you think is buying your content? Like, the lack of self-awareness is astounding, but we see this all the time from people who make this sort of adult content. They hate the customer base that they are pandering to. But Nani would reply saying "schmore" with a screenshot of this VTuber's list of 18 plus platforms, including the Hub. Now, for those who don't know, there was such an influx. There was such a high level of illegal content, including content featuring children, abuse material, that the Hub a few years ago had to wipe out 95% of their content because there was so much of it, they didn't know what to do other than to basically nuke their entire platform, okay? And somehow, this Nitha person is still there, which is a whole nother conversation, but something to point out. Nitha would respond to that saying, "I can hear your weight in your voice." Whoa! That sounds a little fat-phobic. I thought this was the progressive person, ladies and gentlemen. And now they're fat-shaming someone for their perceived weight based on their voice. Not only will they'll call you a predator if your voice is too high, but they'll also claim you're fat. Very interesting stuff. But they continue on saying, "I think your followers, if they knew your size, would leave you because they're all terrible people just like you."
Oh my god.
Yeah, one thing about good people is that they never have to tell you how good of a person they are. And when you're constantly saying everyone who's mad at me is a terrible person, it seems a bit insecure.
This is what I was exactly trying to say from the beginning. If someone says, "Oh, a good person," that's a huge red flag, because that means they're very insecure and no one said about them. Most likely, they're gonna be the exact opposite. And what? Yeah, they call her a baby. What the heck? That's insane, man.
To say the least. And Nani would say this: "The schmore continues its rambling, not remembering it's only good for opening its legs and not for its mouth." And then Nitha says, "Pick me," and no other rebuttals. I'm shocked. Pick me is such a lazy and tired insult that people use when they have no other, like, real criticism to ever launch. But Nani would add on saying, "Here's my weight, by the way. You're actually regarded. No wonder you have to make adult content. Get lost." And Nitha says, "You seem to have a lot to say though, sis. I saw you didn't respond to my offer, so let me try again. How about running your mouth over VC since you have a lot to say?" I don't think people want to talk to you. That's really it. I don't think people want to put in the effort to talk to you on another platform because they're seeing what you're saying on this platform and it's that bad and that pathetic that they don't want to put in the extra effort to come into your Discord and talk there. But anyways. Nani says, why the F would I talk to a prostitute? LOL. I think I'm going to have to pass, and no, I won't sub to your OF. Sorry. And Nitha says, that's what I thought. You're pussing out. As expected. Keep hiding behind that keyboard and your army of incels. Sis, you're a VTuber. Talking about hiding behind a keyboard. What?
I'll be honest, because we all hide behind a keyboard in the modern. Well, I'll say this. We all hide behind a keyboard at some point in our life. That's my opinion, you know?
That's what people say about, like, VTubers and, like, Anons online.
Wow.
Friendly fire, I guess, but Nani says, didn't you hide my effing reply off your post? Are you genuinely regarded? Like, serious question, are you mentally inept? And Nitha says, removing your ability to get attention from my post is now cowardly, babe.
Whoa.
I'm telling you, the way these people speak is a massive red flag. They all do the same thing. They all speak like this. But anyways, you are afraid to talk to me with your voice. That is most definitely a cowardly move. You thought you ate. Oh, TikTok language too. My goodness. And then Nani says, I don't need attention from your post. You hid it because you didn't want any more negative attention on it. That was 99% of every comment on it, so you were the one hiding it. It's really not hard to grasp if you have an IQ above room temperature. Unfortunately, you don't. Reminder, you make adult content. And you can see this part right here kind of looming cryptically. Very threatening aura right here. Where Nitha would do a voice memo response that we're going to listen to right now.
Now, I know some slur slinging. Pick me is not on a moral high ground pretending to be better than me because I'm an adult and I do not say for work content. Honey, you say slurs. You're racist, you're homophobic, you say derogatory slurs for attention with a lolly model to be...
Oh, she was... Ooh, this is all red flags I hear. Bro, you just lost weight. You're making up random things about this person that are true.
Pedo bait.
Hey.
Honey, there is no comparison. You've lost. And all of these chronically online edgelord incels are going to come white knight you when they see these posts. But just remember one thing. You know who your target audience is. You got them already. We both know what you're doing.
Talking like this in your voice so people watch me and find me interesting? Retard.
Really, you got a hell of a personality there. I'm really impressed.
I have to say, in all my years of covering drama, I've never been stun-locked like this. This is like some evil villain monologue, where this person is basically saying they have won the situation. They have declared victory for themselves while totally crashing out and making an absolute fool out of themselves.
Yeah.
All this began, by the way, with a post about a stream, right?
That's
and this person provided this absolute gem. You can see Nani quoting and saying, "What the F is this? This has to be one of the weirdest effing replies I've ever gotten on Twitter. I'm crying." Like I said earlier, I've covered a lot of drama. I've never seen someone leave a voice memo in response. You know they are absolutely seething if they go to lengths like that.
Yes.
But of course, there's another discussion to be raised here because we're talking about the tone of someone's voice. If your voice is too high, you must be faking it, and therefore you're some sort of a terrible, awful person. And in one of the previous threads, you can see someone saying Lily Pichu has a high voice, and no one is saying that stuff to her. Blue is literally a VTuber, predator baiter, go argue with a wall. And Nani says, in quotes, literally a VTuber, end quote, so effing what? That's the thing, right? So I guess in the minds of these woke people, if they hear a high-pitched voice, it's fine until it has a VTuber model. Then it's something to accuse them of literal crimes over. It's absolutely insane.
Yes. I don't know what to say about this, man. I don't see anything wrong with their concept. I don't know what to say about this anymore. Oh, gosh.
The irony here is that Nitha follows
That's
Lily
insane.
Pichu, which, again, she is someone with a high-pitched voice, and she's been accused of predator baiting, but now all of these people are okay with her, and she's done nothing wrong, by the way, but they're okay with her, but now they're canceling someone like Nani or Blue, claiming that they're predator baiting because they have a high-pitched voice, plus VTuber model. That's really all they got. And as you can see from this post from Nani, they say, I never know what to put in my Twitter bio. Thanks, weird Twitter people, where you can see Nitha saying you cater to bigot, racist, homophobes. And another person saying, literally a VTuber. So, bio has been adjusted.
I want to say, what is homophobe? I don't know what it is. I see people try to use it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what bigot or homophobic means. So nerdy, tell me what these words mean, or to say out, to stay innocent.
Very based, ladies and gentlemen. But Nitha was not done. The crash out has not ceased. So, they have continued. Where one user says, you're instigating fights, and they respond by saying, nope, I defended myself. By showing this screenshot, which makes no sense when you look at the chronological order of events here, where they made this reply to a post talking about people showing up to Nani's stream. Then you can see another user saying, pick me an incel are the most regarded insults from Fansly girls. Your whole business model is getting incels to pick you to spend their money on. And Nitha says, incels don't spend money on Fansly girls. Incels are women-hating, perpetual virgin edgelords that hate women because women won't let them touch them and type angsty paragraphs and slurs from their parents' basement. My guy, look in the mirror. You are the definition. I've never seen cope like this. Incels don't spend money on adult platforms. Nitha, that is your fan base. That is your livelihood, is appealing to people who are paying you to see your body or your content because they can't get it otherwise. You are insulting your own customer base. How?
That is insane. I know. I kind of know what insults are, but I say this. That's insane, insulting your own fan base.
How do you not realize this? It's actually insane. But they would double down, saying, Happy Monday. Now, they had other tweets. I didn't screenshot them. They deleted all of them. They were still crashing out. But they left this one up. And, of course, people are saying, are you actually doing digital blackface? That was a real thing, by the way.
Oh, God.
Posting GIFs of black women is apparently doing digital blackface. That was a whole thing. But Nitha is woke, so that's their standard. But they reply saying, kick rocks, incel bigot. One look at your profile told me exactly what I needed to know about you. Amazing stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Reminder, it all began with this. There were some side quests, but ultimately a post thanking their community for showing up to their stream led to one of the most epic crash outs I've seen in a minute. But that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please consider giving.
Anyways, this was an interesting video. I will see this again. All my own personal opinion. If you guys can provide me any new concepts of the situation, I will cover much more of this drama because I thought it was interesting. This video will be heavily edited because most of the things I say, I couldn't say them because it's hard to put things into words. When you think it's oh, I'm gonna say this, the second you say it, it doesn't come out of your mouth. So most of that I'm just like, why is it, what do I say here? But anyway, I hope the situation gets better. I hope people move on. But, you know, some people don't like moving on. I would never try to get involved with this kind of drama. I'll react to it, but never seclude myself and draw all of it. But anyways, if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. See y'all later. See y'all.
The world outside is painted white, a silent hush of fading light. Winter's breath upon the pane, whispers of a coming rain or snow, depending on mood. long shadows stretch the day.